This week's all-new episode of Steven Universe was entitled Sadie's Song, and it deals with Steven trying to get Sadie to perform in the Beach-a-Palooza celebration after discovering that she has a beautiful singing voice. True fact, the actors on Steven Universe were chosen more for their singing abilities than their voice acting abilities, and I couldn't help but put my finger on why Sadie sounded so familiar here in this episode. Then it hit me. She's Kate of the comedy duo Garfunkel and Oates, which, makes an already cool character like 100 times cooler. Steven agrees to help Sadie put on a show, which means we get to see her house for the very first time and also meet her mother, which I guess we kinda met her a few episodes back as a male lady, but now it's official. Right off the bat, it's made clear what kind of parent Sadie's mom is. In fact, the theme of parental expectations is carried over nicely from last time's Nightmare Hospital, only instead of being the kind of mom who pushes her daughter too hard, Sadie's mom inserts herself into everything her daughter does, sucking all the fun right out of it. Also, I should mention we got a new original song this episode called Haven't You Noticed, I'm a Star, sung by none other than Olivia Olson, aka Marceline from Adventure Time. It's a pop jam, something kinda new for Steven Universe. Actually, when I stop and think about it, this is one of the few songs that's like an actual in-universe pop song and not something the characters just came up with on their own off the top of their heads, or something from Greg Universe's catalog of songs. In the end, Sadie rebels against both Steven and her mother. I find it quite interesting that despite being such a good-natured and loving individual, Steven sometimes has a rough go of it reading people's emotions or the subtext in situations. See also all the times that Pearl has pretty much all but said she was in love with his mom, only for him not to really get it because, he's a kid after all. But when push comes to shove, Steven does end up saving the day, and in drag, no less. Hey, you know what? If it worked for Bugs Bunny, why not here? Geez, don't let Fox News or anything get a hold of this. They would have a field day. Good, I can practically hear their windbag anchors right now. Is Steven Universe corrupting the youth of America? First lesbian aliens and now cross-dressing young boys. What's next, I tell ya? In summation, Sadie's Song is a nice little character-focused piece that offered up new depth on one of the secondary cast members that I think a lot of people already liked, while also managing to remain engaging, even though for the second episode in a row now, this was a completely crystal gemless episode. Overall, I give it a very positive 8 out of 10, and while we're sitting here ruminating on things while we wait for the next episode, we hear in this episode how Sadie never went to her prom. This makes me think that it had something to do with Lars. I wonder.